Mr. Burke accepts full responsibility for his involvement in this tragic event. There are too few words to describe a loss so great. This young man understands that.
Tonight, the first admission of guilt in the death of Timothy Piazza, the Penn State student whose life ended tragically in February of 2017 in a fraternity hazing incident gone horribly wrong. Ryan Burke, one of Tim's so-called brothers, pled guilty to 9 charges in Piazza's death. More than 24 others still face charges and have not stepped forward to do what this young man did today. Surveillance video shows Burke giving Piazza a handle of vodka to drink, one of 18 drinks that he consumed in 82 minutes. He later fell down a flight of basement stairs. He became unconscious, and he died when no one called 911 for 11 hours. Joining me now exclusively is Thomas Klein, the attorney for the Piazza family. Thomas, welcome. Good to have you with us tonight. So this is the first individual to step up and take any form of responsibility for what happened, right?
That's correct. This is the first individual who has stepped up and said that he is responsible. He has actually pled guilty to 8 counts, actually 9 counts.
So that includes hazing. What else did he plead guilty to, and what kind of potential punishment will be attached?
Sure. He pled guilty to 4 counts of hazing, 4 counts of serving alcoholic beverages, and 1 count of consumption. He actually was under the age himself. He was 20 years old. But here's the really important part of it. This took place, his conduct took place in the so-called social, which was actually an extension of hazing. And it was actually caught on the basement video, which, of course, there was an attempt to try to conceal it. So we have evidence that they attempted to try to conceal, which proved his guilt, and he admitted guilt to something which is being contested by all the other defendants. It's a very important day.
Yeah. So what's the impact on the other cases?
Well, we are hopeful that his steps will be followed. We are very hopeful, and I spoke with Jim Piazza just before I came on your show. We are all hopeful that there will be others who will follow suit. We hope that this will inform these brothers that they should come forward, that they should accept their complicity in what was collectively a horrible event which led to Tim Piazza's catastrophic injury and then to his death. We hope that they will come forward. Mr. Burke has done the right thing here.
So this, the sentencing will be July 31st, and that's going to be the first opportunity that the Piazzas, who have spoken here on our show many times, and our thoughts are with them as we go through this process, they'll be able to make a victim statement there, correct? Will they do that?
That's correct. Jim and Evelyn Piazza, Tim Piazza's courageous parents, crusaders on behalf of not only justice for Tim, but against hazing and abuse on college campuses. They will be heard now for the first time in a victim impact statement. That also will be a banner and a very important day.
What are the sort of strongest charges that remain for the other members of the fraternity? And do you think that ultimately anybody will do time? What kind of punishment do you think is possible here?
Well, punishment is, of course, an important part of deterrence, and there are many individuals facing many years in jail. The Attorney General has been steadfast in trying to reinstate the charges of involuntary manslaughter. There currently are charges of reckless endangerment as well as hazing against many individuals. Yeah. Mr. Burke himself faces 8 counts that each carry with it potentially a year in jail. And of course, you have that multiplied by many individuals. Yeah. So there are serious charges with serious potential jail time. We are hopeful not that people go to jail for the sake of going to jail, but rather for the sake of being a deterrent from this happening in the future.
Absolutely. And this is something that young men and women, because this happens in sororities too, across the country need to pay attention to. They should be talking about it in their meetings on campus about this so that it doesn't happen to another beautiful young life like Tim Piazza and his family.
I agree. And Martha, I might add that in Pennsylvania, we are moving forward with the anti-hazing bill, and that's going to help as well.
I'm glad to hear it. Thomas Klein, thank you very much.